Okay, so good afternoon. Thank you for being here. Today I'm going to moderate this second webinar, which is made or prepared by the University of the Basque Country. It's called Academic Careers in the Clean Energy Field, Challenges and Prospects. And I am Paula Serras, and today we are going to have very special speakers from Bilbao also, which are who are Natalia, Alegría, Margarita, Herranz, and María Urrestizala, which they are from different generations. So we are going to have an interview with them. Okay, this is the agenda that we are going to follow. I will comment the basic rules at the beginning. Then I will I will introduce the speakers. After that, we are going to have some questions that will be answered by those speakers. And finally, the questions and answers from students. Okay, so I only want to tell you that, well, as students or people that are listening, please maintain your mics in silence. And if you have any question, you can do it at the end of the webinar. And please write down it in the chat. Okay, then Saroa will we will read all the questions and we will answer them. Okay, so let's start with the speakers' presentation. I'm going to introduce them. So first of all, Margarita, Natalia, and María, thank you for being here. And well, I'm going to introduce you. The three of you work in the Department of Energy Engineering here in the Bilbao School of Engineering, as myself. Margarita, you are 66 and you studied physics. Now you are university professor in the area of nuclear engineering. You work on radiological protection, nuclear safety, and environmental impact. And you have been head of our previous Department of Nuclear Engineering and Fluid Mechanics for 13 years. You also work in the health tech sector in the past, always on radiation protection issues. So welcome to this webinar.
Thank you.
Natalia, you are 48 and you studied industrial engineering. You are the director of a business classroom here in the school in collaboration with the Bilbao Vizcaya Water Consortium. Since 2021, you are the Vice Director of Postgraduate Coordination at the Bilbao School of Engineering. And since 2022, you have been responsible for the radiological monitoring network of the Basque Country. So welcome to you.
Thank you.
And finally, María, you are 26. You studied industrial engineering as well. And now you are working on your doctoral thesis in the Fusion Materials Laboratory here in the Bilbao School of Engineering. So welcome also to you.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's begin with the questions and answers from the speakers. Okay, so we are going to begin with the motivation now and when you began. So as we are talking about three different generations of female engineering academics, I suppose that, for example, Margarita, in your case, your motivations now are not the same as the ones you got at the beginning.
No, of course not. Actually, I don't remember my first motivation. I don't know, 40 years ago, no? But in any case, I'm sure it was only some type of, I need a salary, I need a job, and the engineering was an opportunity. I studied not here in Bilbao, but in Valencia, and I moved to Bilbao due to personal motivation, no? I needed a work, a job, I needed a salary, and why not engineering? And why not a nuclear field? It was a challenge, it was an opportunity. That's mean really, actually in the first moment, I didn't have any specific motivation. Of course, now it's a little bit different. After all these years, the motivation is clear. I'm exactly at the end of my professional career, only to transfer the knowledge and to help people to take in charge all my challenges, duties, and
Perfect.
responsibilities, and that's all.
Mhm.
To finish all my responsibilities.
Okay, what about you, Maria? You are just at the beginning, so
Yeah.
which are your motivations?
My motivation when I started my studies 8 years ago was my interest in science and the possibility of applying all this knowledge through technology. I have always loved to learn, to understand all the phenomena around me, their causes. I don't know, I was like a very curious teenager, and let's say that I needed to satisfy this curiosity. And nowadays my interests are still similar. As I have gone deeper into this world, I'm motivated by the possibility of providing solutions to all the problems or challenges in our society. For example, my main concerns are related with environment, with sustainability, or to evolve in energy resources. And I strongly believe that my work in this area could be of interest for that.
Perfect, thank you. Natalia, what motivates you now?
I was a brilliant student, and I need to build, design, and use the mathematical for all the situation in my life. So I decided that the Bilbao School of Engineering was my place. And at the last year of the master studies, I was in an enterprise. It was horrible for me. I didn't like that ambient. So when my own professor called me to return to the university, I think that is my place. So I am happy here. And my motivation is the same that the first day at the school when I was a professor, not a student. To be happy, introduce several things, different things, and do project designs. So my career is starting now because I always in move.
Perfect, thank you very much. So, well, this is something that it's linked also, but which are your career prospects? This is perhaps in the case of Maria, a very open question, but very interesting because everything is still to be done in your case.
Yes. My professional prospects in the short term, of course, are to continue with my PhD thesis in order to be able to defend it maybe in 1 or 2 years, I hope. And to this end, I'm focusing on research and spreading all the results with articles and in conferences. And once I finish this stage of my life, in a medium or long term, I would like to start teaching, because I think that one of the most important responsibilities that we experts, me know that you yes, in science and technology we have is to transmit all this knowledge. So for that reason, I would like to help other young people, other young women to enter this world and developing skills or tools to contribute to the problems of our society.
Perfect, thank you. Margarita, I don't know if you are about to retire or if you still have some working plans for the future, but tell us.
Of course, I'm considering retirement, of course, because I'm quite old. But in any case, at the moment, I have some research commitments. Well, more than some research, a lot of research commitments. And I want to finish before to be retired.
Mhm.
In any case, that's true. I'm trying to don't acquire news one. No? And of course, yes, this is true. I finish with all type of bureaucratic responsibilities. I'm trying to finish with all type of retirement, but really I like research. I like research a lot. And when you are as old as me and you have a long career with you, you have a lot of friends, colleagues, acquaintances, and a lot of people ask you to collaborate in different things, and it's quite difficult to say no. Because
perhaps now you are able to have fun, no, with what you do, and to perhaps before it was like you
exactly.
have to obtain some titles or whatever, papers, writing, and now perhaps you can have fun and enjoy it.
Exactly, because for me, all things related to curriculum DCB has disappeared because
Yeah.
I don't need
Mhm.
anymore. That
Yeah.
means now for me it's only I have fun doing this.
Mhm.
And as I can retire tomorrow if I want, I
Mhm.
don't have any type of pressure. Really, now I'm happy. And I have a lot of possibilities to collaborate with different people, with different groups. But I need to say no, stop, because each research, each commitment is for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and no, I have to stop.
Yeah,
that's why I'm trying to stay calm, quiet, finishing my task.
Okay, perfect. Natalia, in your case, do you consider that you are at the peak of your career? Did you think, for instance, that perhaps 20 years ago, that you were going to be at this point?
No, never. I don't think that I'm in a peak of my career because I didn't think about the future. For me, it's very important to be happy every day. And I think that the life is very short. Everybody has special qualities and it's necessary to use. In my case, I can explain very well the information. I am very organized. I have a global vision for the situation. And when I create the water hole, the first person surprised was me. I didn't think that it was my own idea. I never thought to be vice-dean of the school. When the dean called me 3 years ago, the first person surprised was me. And I spent 3 months in the year to be improved because I didn't know sure it was a job for me. I prefer to be it today, and tomorrow will be another day. We will see. That is the future.
Okay, thank you very much. So let's continue with some of the rest of the questions concerning difficulties. Also, when choosing a STEM faculty or STEM career, did you decide by yourself to study your STEM careers? I mean, was it clear to you from the beginning? Did you have any reference in your family? And what about your colleagues, both when you were studying and now that you are working? Please, Margarita, if you want to comment something.
Yes, well, it's clear I choose to study physics by myself. But in any case, I don't trust so much on vocacies. No? In my case, was like some type of choice, chemistry, physics, who knows, no? Really, the queue for physics was shorter than the queue for chemistry. That's why I study physics. And there was no scientific tradition in my family. I was the first one. And with my colleagues, fine. I remember during most of my university studies, I was the only girl in the class. That means, but for me, it was quite easy. Of course, I'm talking the very, very old times. In that times at the school, in the school, we were only women on the classes. That means for me, my first boy colleagues were really in the university directly, but I don't remember to have some type of specific problems. Really, I was like, how do you say, the pet of the class, la mascota, no? Was the only girl. And it was a little bit more difficult when I started in the engineering school of Bilbao, because the women, we were only a small group, and really we were marginalized sometimes, very frequently, because we were like the other, no? Most of teachers and professors were men and engineers, and the women's, we belong more to science group. That means chemistry, physicists, mathematics, no? But not really engineers.
Perhaps on the top, you were not considered, or as leaders, they were not women.
No, never. Yeah. We were not considered for any type of position. We were not considered for any type of decision. We were like on the side, you know.
Then you have been like 13 years being our director of our head of the department. So
yes, because things changes very, very, very quickly. Because in the last year of the 80s, the law changed, and the people need to choose between one of the jobs. And most of engineers prefer to move to the private sector or to the public sector, but to the other jobs very well paid, instead of they stay in the university. And suddenly, a lot of positions stay free at the university, and some women came to the university. And in that moment, things started to change a little bit, yes. And after, very quickly, it's clear.
Okay, thank you, Margarita. What about you, Natalia?
My father was an economist, and I was very good at numbers. She wanted to become me an economist like him. However, one of his father, my grandfather, was a technical engineer, and my other grandfather was economist, but he likes to build walls, paint. So in my genes are design, construction, and something like this. I am the first engineer in my family in the industrial case. Later, my sister studied chemical engineer also. And when I say that I want to be engineer, my grandfather, the economist, said that for a woman that is a special profession, and he preferred to be pharmacy. But to have a pharmacy was very, very expensive. So no one ever said anything about that. They knew that if I want to be anything, I will find this work. So I will work until to get it. Yeah.
Okay. And what about your colleagues in the university when you studied?
We have a very big group of 13 women from the first year of their career, and we are in contact. 7 of them, we are in contact, and we have a special group. We don't have any problem, and we are in several positions in enterprise, or like me at the university, and we are fine with men work. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. What about you, Maria?
Well, in my case, I have always had very clear that I liked this work, and I have never had any problem with taking this way, or this STEAM way, no? I suppose that because I'm the youngest of the three, I'm lucky to belong to a very different generation in terms of mentality. And in this sense, I have to say that during my time as a student, I think that I never really had, in general, any difficulties or any problem related with being a woman. with other problems, of course. But when when I began my life as a worker or researcher 1 year ago, I began to relate to people of a certain age with maybe a different mentality. And it is true that the fact of being woman and being young at the same time has sometimes generated situation in which I have felt, not discriminated, but maybe that I have been taken less seriously or less valued, let's say. But well, I have to say that in the team I work in and in my environment, I have never faced this type of difficulty. I have always been fortunate to have the support of my family, of my friends, of all my closest cycle, and in the end, they are strong defenders of my value, and I know that I can do what I want.
Mm-hmm. When you say that you have felt that you were undervalued, it was from a man or a boy? I mean, man.
Yes, I'm not talking really about very serious issues, but maybe it has happened to me to be talking with a man with an important position, being together with other colleagues, boys and girls, and he only looked at the boys when he was talking to all of us. So these actions are like, they are not very grave, but they are like indicators that there are still some people who are maybe prejudiced.
Yeah, of course. Okay, I understand. Okay, so let's continue with family conciliation, if any, of course. We are going to begin with Margarita. Margarita, you have 4 children.
Yes.
So how did you manage to combine work and family, especially when they were small? And did you perceive differences with your husband's situation?
Of course. Well, how to manage the situation? Paying. As I didn't have any family here. That means for everything I needed to pay for someone for home care, children care, and so on. Always paying. It was the only solution, no? And also for around 7-8 years, no? I never travel for professional reasons. That means no congress, no courses, nothing, because I had quite a strict schedule time, because the woman who helped me at home, and that means I had to stay with children. That's all. Difference with my husband.
Sorry, Margarita, just to make people a bit to know a bit. Your husband is more or less in your similar professional situation.
Yes.
Okay. So yes. I mean that you were both having congresses, both having well.
Yes, but for me, okay. Actually, I stopped my career for some years, but it was a personal decision. For what? I don't know. Perhaps because my husband liked more his profession that I liked mine, perhaps, and perhaps because times were completely different. And for me, in that moment, my children, my family was more important than my career. And now, who knows? But at that time was like this. It was exactly a personal decision. No, I can say my husband tell me stay at home. No, never. It was my personal decision. I wanted to have children, and it was impossible. Due my our familiar circumstances, was impossible to have children and to move both of us to Congress, to meetings. No, and I choose.
And did you find after those 8 years of stopping, did you find difficult to restart everything?
No, because really I never stopped completely, but
Okay.
it was only to be slower,
Slow. Yeah.
very slow down the career. There is a congress, no, I don't go, but perhaps some presentation, some poster, but not me. That's mean I was still working, but my presence, my visibility was close to zero.
Mhm.
And after it was a little bit more difficult to take position once more, but I don't have any type of regrets.
Mhm.
That it was a decision. Perhaps now the decision will be different. Who knows? Things has changed. Men are more involved on houses, with children. But times were different, and for me the decision was clear. I don't have regrets, and of course, I was full professor only 8 years ago, or something like this. Perhaps without this stop, I will be professor, I don't know, 15 years ago. Who knows? But that's life. That's life.
Of course.
Different choices, different challenges. I don't have any type of regrets about that.
No, it's important that you did it like this because you wanted to do it like this.
Exactly.
Principle, it seems like that.
Exactly.
Perfect. Natalia, you have no children.
Yeah.
So it seems that it could be a good thing just in the professional field. But have you find any extra ease or even difficulty due to this situation?
No difficulty, but yes, I feel no empathy of the people because if you are a woman, in the most case, they think you have to have a child, and if you are not mother, it's not a positive position. I think life circumstance or personal decisions should not interfere in the professional issues. I don't have to explain my love to everybody, and my friends are like me. The mothers have to pay anyone to care the child, and they want to be Vicedin or to have the professional life, even also the personal life. And that is my opinion about that. It's not empathy with the people. If you don't have a child, you are not complete. And it's a personal decision for me.
Okay. Maria, perhaps this is a very personal question, but do you think that your professional situation can determine whether you want to start a family or not?
Actually, I haven't had any situation in which I have needed to conciliate my personal life with my work life. But it is true that I feel that the time to start a family is like getting closer and closer for me. And although it is something that I have never thought about, it is starting to worry me because I feel like that the world of research is very dynamic, that we are required to produce results, publication papers, and this is what marks your level or your activity. So if your personal life requires a break because you have, for example, a child, and my sensation is that this break will mean that on your return, you will have fallen behind in this production, and therefore professionally you will have taken like a step backwards instead of having stayed at least at the same point. So I think that it's very possible that it will affect my personal decisions. But well, I repeat that I don't know. I have not yet seen myself in that situation. So it's like an opinion from the outside.
Yeah. Well, it's true that you are young, of course. So it's something that didn't even need to
yeah,
think
but
about.
I feel that it will mark my decisions. Yes,
Yeah, because
know.
I think that nowadays perhaps you have to be very self-confident or very sure about what you want to do, both
Yeah.
in the personal situation or in the professional one. But if you are just having doubts, perhaps what you say, if you decide to go to the research career, as you said, it's going to be something very dynamic. So to keep in the wheel, it's something that you have to consider, and
Yeah.
it's not an easy decision. True. Okay, so so to finish more or less with this webinar, then I would like to ask you some questions before going to the questions from students. I'd like to you to tell me or to tell us some tips or golden rules for a satisfactory career in the clean energy transition, or what you think that this could be. So Margarita, please, you can begin with.
Yes, but for me, it's clear, but not only this in that specific field, but in general.
Yeah, of course. In life,
in life, in professional life. No?
Yeah, of course.
And if you want to work in science or to have a long and successful career in science, you need different things. The first for me is clear. No, you have to study during all your life, because never you know everything, because things change very, very quickly in this field. In the energy field, things are changing a lot, always. No. Then also you have to work, because if you have to produce new things, you have to work. That means for all your life, you need to study and you need to work in parallel. No, it's stressful and you need to like a lot, but if you want to have a successful career, you need to do this. No, of course, you need to be very curious to be able to produce new things, new ideas, no, to promote. No. You need more and more be able to be able to read the social needs, the social interest, the social problems, the social challenges relative to the energy, of course, no? Because sometimes we have a personal idea, no, about energy problems, but this is not real. It's only real for our environment, but not in general. You need to be able to read and to anticipate a little bit, no? And of course, the professional networking, no? More and more you need to promote, to work on having a strong professional network, to be able to communicate to other people, to do things together, to participate in big projects, no? But of course,
also national and international, yes.
Of course, national,
Yeah.
international. You need to know people. When you need something, you need to know who is working in that things. He wants to collaborate in that things. He wants to collaborate with me. You know, you need to know people and to be able and to have the capability to take the phone or to write a mail and to ask for help or to ask for collaboration. And of course, also to give help, to give collaboration. No? Of course, an international level and of course, a national level also. But for me, perhaps the golden rules, the rule, the most important is to be able to build, or almost to belong to a strong research group and a cohesive group. For me, this is one of the most important things in our field. Is, in my opinion, of course, impossible to do nothing important if you don't have a group. And this group should be cohesive, always, because all the people belonging to this group need to go in the same direction. Because if you don't have behind you a group, perhaps you are not the director of this group, you are not the head of the group, but in any case you need a group. Now
Yes.
this idea of the individual genius doesn't work. I'm sure doesn't work, not anymore, not in our world, not in the field of the energy.
Because you need collaboration, you need to stay together, you need to, I mean, it's, as you say, you have to study, you have to work, you have to, sometimes you have to teach. So I think it's completely impossible to do everything alone and without the support of a team.
Exactly. And in any case, perhaps you are able to do all these things because you are a genius, but in any case, you need different point of view from the same problem. You have a problem, perhaps you consider, I have the solution, but for sure, there is a lot of different point of view, a lot of different solutions. You need to hear all these people, and you need to build a solution among all of us. If not,
it's going to be richer.
Exactly. If not, your career for sure will be very, very short or very, how do you say, insubstantial, you know, not as important perhaps as you consider, as you think. Perhaps you think your career is wonderful, but perhaps it's not so wonderful at the end.
No, perhaps you are not contributing to the society or to the problem.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you, Margarita. So what about you, Natalia? Which is your advice? Or...
Yeah, first of all, I would like to say that I agree with Margarita. That point are not for a career in the clear energy transition, even for the life. And I would like to say you have to use your skills and do the activities with enthusiasm. And if you think about the ambient, the people, the energy, better for your life. But that points are for all your studies, for your day-to-day, and in a group. You need people with you, and that is for even fields that you work at the moment or in the future. Yeah.
Perfect. So Maria, which is your advice or your golden rule?
I've chosen 3 rules, but I really agree with both Natalia and Margarita. My first golden rule will be that a bit focus on the world of research, no? As important as producing results is communicating these results and all this knowledge you have. So it's important to develop skills for that. Skills of communication, writing, speaking, transmission of ideas in general. Then my second golden rule will be that, as Margarita has said, technologies and energies are constantly changing. So it's very important to keep up to date, to read, to take courses, to cooperate in projects, to be adaptive, to network with other professionals in this world. So to keep constantly up that. And the third rule, as a young woman that I am, is that I think that we have a fresh point of view, like a different point of view, which can bring a lot to science, to technology, and to the world of energy. And that's why I believe that it's important to get involved in different activities and make ourselves to be seen.
Perfect. So I agree with the 3 of you also. Well, I want to say thank you very much to the 3 of you. I'm very happy to have you as speakers. I know that you are really busy women and that it's difficult to be here and to prepare everything. So I appreciate this moment. And well, I know that perhaps there are some questions. I will check now with Sarah. Well, I want to check.
Hi, Paula.
Yes, hi.
We don't have any question.
No, okay.
No.
Okay, I wanted to check. Okay, so perhaps someone wants to ask something now that the webinar has finished. if it's like this, you can do it in the chat. And if not, well, I have a pair of questions prepared. So I wanted to ask to Maria, because I know that you are working in the Fusion Lab.
Yep.
Which is a very interesting topic, I guess. And very, well, in my case, it's not so known. So it could be a very interesting future. So I wanted to know just briefly, how is the situation in the nuclear fusion field right now?
Well, so the issue or the more important problems now, or many of them are related with the materials that are going to be used in the reactors, in all the elements that will make up the reactors. So that's what we study in our lab. It's important to know how this behavior will be, how all these materials will react with the hydrogen atoms, and when they are going to be working in that temperatures and pressures, they will behave in a very unexpected way. So a lot of the research in this world is related with these materials.
And in your lab, can you do some tests or something? Or...
Yeah,
okay.
We are testing permeability and diffusivity of some steels that they want to use in the ITER reactor.
Okay, and for the moment, the results are satisfactory, or?
Well, it's more a characterization. They are not good or bad results.
Okay.
They want to know what the behavior is want to be, will be.
Okay. So you are just like a characterization of the materials.
Yeah.
At the moment. Okay. So thank you very much, Maria. And Margarita, Natalia, I don't know if Margarita is there.
Yes.
Okay. I don't see you.
No?
No, but it's because it's Saroa in my.
Okay.
In my phone. Yeah, now I see you. Do you think that women have any special feature or characteristic, especially for leadership position? Because in your case, both Natalia and Margarita, you have been, or you are leaders or heads or directors of some, I don't know, business schools or departments or whatever. So when I say special, I mean positive. Do you think that it's because you are a woman, or do you think that a man is going to do the same good job as you do, or you don't think that it's something special in the woman characteristics?
I start, Natalia?
Yeah.
I don't see, in my opinion, we don't have any differences. We have personal differences.
Okay, but not depending on the gender.
Not in my opinion. Why? When we talk about men, we don't say the men are like this. I don't like this type of classification. Women are not like this. Each woman is a person. And each woman has her capabilities, her skills, and is able to use it in a way or in a different way.
Yes, I know that I'm going to be generalizing, but I mean, perhaps as, especially as we have been educated, perhaps we are more like, I know that it's going to be different depending on the person, of course, but perhaps one of our features is that we can have a better communication, or like, I don't know, facility to talk to each other, or to be like, I don't know, comprehensive. Well, I'm just talking. I don't mean that it's like that. So that's why
I agree with I agree with you. We are perhaps more talkatives.
Yeah, this is the point, and perhaps that's why we can go and I don't know. Sometimes a problem is solved because we talk to each other, and perhaps. But it's something that I just say, and please tell me what you think.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's not the point or the problem here. No, not at the university. I didn't feel something like this. Yeah, never.
Okay, so yeah, it's true that for me it's the same. I mean, my colleagues, it doesn't depend if they are men or women. I can have a better or worse relationship depending on their personality, but not depending on if they are men or women. So
Yeah.
Exactly. There are women able to communicate very, very well.
yeah.
But there are also men able to communicate very, very well. No. In any case, I agree with you. Perhaps women we are very more talkative than men.
Yeah, in general, I mean, always doing a generalization.
In general, but that's all. Perhaps
Yeah,
you're very talkative, but you communicate very badly.
Yeah, perhaps someone could say that this is not a good point, that perhaps we are not the solution, going to the point of the problem or whatever.
Exactly.
For, in my opinion, one of our challenges as women is exactly to consider that we don't have any difference. We don't have any type of positive difference, but no negative differences.
Yeah. So
Is the objective, is the objective.
Yes. Okay.
Paula?
Yes.
We have two questions.
Perfect, Sarah. Thank you.
Okay.
So please read them aloud.
Okay, from Joanna. What is the situation right now in Spain with mother rights and time off? Mother rights and time off.
Okay. I guess, Joanna, you talk about maternity leaves and so on.
I suppose, no?
Yeah, I suppose about that.
Yes.
5 months, no? Perhaps you know better this, Paula.
Yeah, it's true that even if I'm moderator.
Yes,
I have no idea.
I think it's
yes.
I think it's 5 months, no? There is 4 months obligatory, mandatory, and after there are 1 month more, almost in the university and the public service.
Well, yes. For me, with mother rights and maternity leave, I think that I think it's okay, especially in the university and the public sector, because as you said, I think it was like 5 months of maternity leave and 1 extra month that the university gives you. Apart from that, you've got, I mean, it's easy to have time off, and I mean, you are not going, well, perhaps you are going to have some issue with your colleagues because of the times, and so someone will take care of your subjects and so on. But it's true that it's not like a big company that perhaps you are losing your position or something like that. In this sense, I think it's quite okay. But for me, the best of this was the father's maternity leave. I mean, now that they have to be the same time as mothers, the paternity leave, I think that things are more equal, and from the beginning they are more involved, and not because they don't want to. I mean, if you have to start working 1 month after your child has come to the world, you disconnect from this situation. So I think it's very good for both to have the same maternity and paternity leave times, in my case. Yes, Sarah.
And the second one from Iorios to Margarita. having gone through these difficulties in your career, has this resulted to measures you take now to help younger female colleagues in their own paths?
I try to do it, of course, but in any case, each life is a different life. Now, this is my feeling. My young colleagues, really, they don't have the same problems I had because times are different. There are men are more involved as they had when I was young, and things have changed a lot. But of course, I try to help the not only the young women, but also the young people who work with me. I don't know if this is the answer. I answered the question, Sarah, yes?
Yes, I think.
Mhm.
We have another one. I like that so much about Spain. Give men the same rights instead of approaching it from a women are different, difficult perspective.
I think it's a comment, no?
It's a comment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, in the chat, they are totally agree with you. And thank you very much your presentations.
Okay, so well, I think it's I think we are on time.
Yeah.
So I wanted to thank you again, your contribution, Margarita, María, and Natalia, and of course Sarah, because I've been in charge of the chat. And thank you to all of you for being there. And well, let's say goodbye.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye.
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 Goodbye.
Bye.